State welcomes Okada riders from Lagos, rejects them 48 hours later for genuine investors. There appears to be no succor in sight for former bike riders in Lagos State. The Ogun State government opened its arms them on Wednesday but rejected them on Friday. The initial announcement was made by the Ogun State Chairman, Caretaker Committee on Transportation, Mr. Femi Adeniyi, on Monday. He assured the motorcyclists who were leaving Lagos for Ogun, following the ban slammed on them, of adequate accommodation provided they will be law-abiding. In dramatic turn of events, much to the charging of the bike riders, the special advisor on public communications to Governor Dapo Abiodun, Remi Hassan, said nobody has been authorized to speak in the issue of the government's behalf. The special advisor noted that Okada operation is replete with many challenges, including that of security, which is the reason their activities have either been totally banned or restricted in many parts of the country. Mr. Hassan added that his state does not have the capacity to cope with the menace and security challenges the influx of the Okada operators from Lagos State will bring. I think they should do that now. Initially, they rushed as if to look like as if they are good. And it's a pity that Lagosians are not really understanding this whole thing. Now they have given the governor 7-day ultimatum for him to reverse that the ban on Okadas, and which is not going to be helpful. They are talking about, oh, this and that, our livelihood, our source of livelihood, our this and this and that. It's understandable. It's understandable because in the first place, if the government had done the needful from the beginning, I'm sure we wouldn't have had this Okadas here and there, because that is not really a skill job and it's not supposed to be part of a modern day transportation, because the government has failed from the beginning. That is just the problem. Because if things are okay, people will not want to go that. If transport system is just the way it's supposed to be, the way it's being done in other countries, if they have put that thing in place, the Okada of 18 wouldn't have come up in the first place, because government failed in its own responsibility from the beginning, and people are trying to fend for themselves because there is no enabling environment for them to thrive, and that is the old truth. So, but as it is now, they should just try to do something to make sure that things will get better, so that people can fall into other businesses. If you do the right thing, people will be able to think very well and okay, let us go in for other businesses. Because with the decision that the government has taken in Lagos State, is really a welcome development. But if they had done the needful before now, this ultimatum or this cry from people here and there wouldn't have come up in the first place. But even at that, we are still begging Lagosians to be calm, because the security, which majority of them know, but everybody just overlook it. They don't want to talk about it, which they know that is the reality on ground. Majority of them have been complaining before now, the influence of all these people, and they are afraid. But now that the government is taking a decisive action, and you are still going against it just because of your own daily bread, which is quite understandable. So at the end of the day, the government has a lot to do, has a huge responsibility on how to make sure that these people are well taken care of. How they are going to do it, we don't know. But the decision they have taken, they should not, in my opinion, they should not reverse it. They shouldn't even reverse it in the first place. And you can imagine, as soon as they made that ban took effect, was it on the 2nd or 1st of this month, Ogun State government just said that. But now they are reversing it 48 hours. I'm sure they didn't really put their heads on ground to know the reason why the Lagos State government did that. But since they are all, government, they ought to have known, because they just wanted to play, good people. But now they thought about it. Now they are trying to deny it. Oh, that we don't want it, that they cannot even cope with it. And that's to tell you, it's because of its security. That is the truth about the whole thing, because they are not doing anything. The police is not even doing anything. See what happened in Delta State. See what happened. At the end of the day, nobody can even say, oh, this is the direction we are going to. even at the center, they are even overwhelmed. They are confused. So the best thing is not to allow them in the first place, because if you allow them, I hope you are not going to regret it. I hope you are not going to regret it. See now, Amotekun that they were crying for, they're crying about. I mean the Northerners. Oh, they should not do this. It is because of the Northerners. Oh, it is because of the Esme. That was why they established that Amotekun. That Amotekun must not stay. Amotekun must go. But after some time now, when they see that they have failed, they had to go and establish their own Shege Kafasa. When I say it's a good thing, in as much whatever you are doing is just for the betterment of the people and for the good of the country as a whole. So if you begin to put some kind of coloration that is not going to work just because you don't want people to do the right thing, that means you are the enemy. You are the enemy. You don't want the goodness of the people, because with the rate at which things are going on now, even at the center, they are whether they are confused or they don't even have they don't know what to say. They are short of ideas, and that's why they are agitating here and there. But the best is for them to allow other states to set up their own security outfits and help them, because in the long run it's going to help them, because these governors, these states, they get a security vote. What do they do with it? If it is not on security, if it is for something else, or maybe they are trying to get money to fund the security, it's a different thing, but it's a special fund for that security. So they should use it. They should use it, not just that, oh, they have rights to do whatever they want to do with it and they are going to account for it. They are not going to account for it. And that is why most of them, you see them that they are swimming in millions. So they let them use that money for the security vote and for the people in the state. And at the end of the day, the federal government itself will be relieved, because you gave them this money every month. You yourself, you'll be relieved, because since you, according to the law they put in ground, that they are not supposed to account for it. It's not it's just they can use it the way they like. So since it has been like that, and they've been using it the way they like, because you can't say they have been committing 100% of that money on security. But with this one, if they open the security outfit or they do anything concerning security, let them spend the money, and the burden will be lesser from the center. But they are not looking at it at the other way around, but they are looking at it the other way around, because of selfishness and greed and wickedness. That's just the way I can just put it. So let Ogun State government, they've already made their point clear that they cannot cope with it, and that's what they say they can't cope with that the influx of the Okada operators from Lagos State, that they can't cope with it, with the menace and the security challenges. It's a huge one. I'm sure the person that made that statement didn't really think it through, or maybe they are just playing into the gallery. Maybe after they must have looked at the whole thing holistically, now say no. Okay, this person cannot speak on behalf of the state, and what have you. Someone says here that any state that harbors those people, I mean Okada, should be ready to sleep with 2 eyes open. Lagos no fit cope. Now come smaller states go fit. I laugh in Fulani. Which one be I laugh in Fulani? People are so funny. It's true now. If Lagos could not cope, it is Ogun State that want to go, that will not cope. They just rushed. Oh, let them come. In as much as they are going to be law abiding. Law abiding, these people, law abiding how? Is it not because of the lawlessness that they ask them to go? But the unfortunate thing is that because of the influence of these people coming into the state, Lagos State, it has affected the people who were really doing their stuff genuinely, and now it has affected them. But that's how they have really used their own blues to spoil the reggae of the people who were there before. But they cannot be pinpointing, okay, you are from here, okay, stop it. The best thing is just to make a holistic decision which is going to affect everybody. But we are just pleading to Lagosians, just cool down. It is for your own good. We know government has not done its own bid, or they have not done what they needed to do from the beginning. If not, you guys wouldn't have even gone into such thing, because in the modern day transportation, Okada is not supposed to be part of it. But because you guys have been trying for yourself, everybody provides for provide for himself everything. Electricity, a road, you are in a street, you are going to do the road, you will gather some people together, they will tell you landlord association, this and this and that. They will gather money to level some places, because a lot of nook and crannies in those states, the government does not go there. That is just the way it is. So you fend for yourself, do your borehole, provide water, provide everything. In this critical condition. So let them do the needful. If they had done the right thing from the beginning, this whole thing wouldn't have occurred in the first place. So that's my own opinion. So it's a good thing that the Ogun State government is making a U-turn concerning this. So guys, let's have your take concerning what is happening. Leave your comments below. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.